Currently on a trip right now to Caralsbad caverns, and we're bringing the elders along. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
And so Caralsbad caverns is caverns right on the Guadalupe Caralsbad mountain range, and it's limestone and gypsum formations. And pretty neat. We got it way too early because we forgot that the time changes, so we're going to show up to Caralsbad about an hour early, but that's okay. We can sit around and wait, and as soon as they open the door we can go rushing in and jump in front of all the other tourists and get tickets, right?
Oh yeah.
And so anyway, today's P-Day for the elders, so if you're wondering why they're not out beating the bushes and stuff, this is their one day off. And so it's kind of, and it's not totally a day off. They've got to be back this evening to do some stuff. But anyway, we're gonna fill in on the trip as we go. So okay, elders, I'm gonna ask you the question, why did y'all go on a mission, each of you? I'm gonna hand the camera back there and let y'all film each other answering that question.
I can go first. I'm Elder Larson. I'm from Bountiful, Utah. I'm on a mission largely because of the example of my family. It was always an important thing to me. I always thought it was a cool experience to learn and grow, become a better adult, better member of society, and also to share the gospel, which is an awesome opportunity. I haven't been disappointed. It's been worth the sacrifice, worth the effort, and so it's always been a good decision in my mind.
Hello, I'm Elder Furlow. I'm from Sandy, Utah. I wanted a mission because it just felt like the right thing to do. I was thinking on a mission for a while, but my bishop asked me to pray about it and know what I should do about it, and I got an answer to go on a mission, so that's why I'm here right now, and it's been a really fun time.
Heck yeah. I'm Elder Archibald. I'm from Rigby, Idaho. And I think like the main reason that I came out on mission is just being able to serve others. I absolutely love service. You know, being able to share the light of Christ with others, being able to lift others up through service, really being able to see their lives improve, see them want to grow and become better as well through sharing the gospel. It's been something that I've absolutely loved. Haven't, just like the other guys, haven't been disappointed at all. I've loved every minute of it. Definitely has its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it's the greatest opportunity to find true joy and happiness in your life.
So what's been your biggest challenge during your mission?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced on my mission, man, I don't even know. I think like one of the biggest challenges is just like overcoming all the hardships that happen. There's a lot of like difficult things that go on. I think like the hardest thing is just being able to figure out ways to cope with those challenges and to be able to keep pushing forward, like, and keep enduring through them.
Okay.
I think the hardest thing for me is just to adjust to go from like normal life to missionary work. It's just hard to like go talk to people, just random people, anytime, and start a conversation about the gospel and everything. It's just kind of, that's the hardest thing for me.
I think there's a lot of semantics of missions, of, I mean, being away from home and living by yourself and doing a lot of these things that for a lot of missionaries, and for me especially, were kind of first things. I think probably the hardest part for me is how often you deal with disappointment. It's a part of your assignment to invite everybody to make their life better, to find more purpose and joy in life. And it's disappointing how many people don't want that and how normal that becomes a part of your life. of consistently dealing with people not wanting to change their life for the better. I think that's probably the hardest struggle for me, to keep like hopes high, to always look for those people that do want to change their lives, and trust that the message you can and the benefit it will be to those specific people will be worth all of the disappointment you go through to get there.
So what about, been one of your high points?
Boy.
Back over to me. I'd say probably like one of the high points that I've been able to have on my mission is really being able to help members especially come closer to Christ. There's this one member in Clovis that I was really able to really work with. We were able to really see her grow and develop in just like the few months that we were there. It was just cool to see how the gospel can change lives. And that's like, I was like probably like one of the high points of my mission is just really being able to see her life change, be able to really understand the gospel, and as she progressed, as she learned more about Jesus Christ and the role that he played in her life.
So I haven't been out for a long time, so I don't really have a big one, but it's just a lot of the members and non-members, you just see how they're coming closer to Christ every day. And I just thought that was really cool, how like you just see in their eyes that they want to change and want to become better.
My high point is probably the fact that I get to live in Texas. I think Texas is probably the coolest place on the planet, and there are some amazing people. Texas hospitality is one of my favorite things. Just random people on the street, just wanting to have you in for dinner, just to talk and meet. Or everybody's offering water bottles and all these good things, and I've just really appreciated that. How many moments and how many little things have combined to my love of Texas and how awesome of a place it is.
So how did COVID affect y'all?
I had served on my mission for 7 months before COVID became a reality. We had heard rumors of this weird virus from China that we didn't really know what was going on. I was serving in a pretty isolated town in the Texas Panhandle. I didn't really think too much of it. I think a lot of it I thought it was kind of a joke. And I didn't really think that it would impact missionary work too much. The way that missionary work had been done was pretty consistent, pretty set in stone of a tradition for the past 50, 60 years. And so COVID to really sweep the United States and close down a lot of things, changed the way, really forced us to change in a lot of ways of how we do missionary work. I've been really impressed the tools that God has prepared to help missionaries still be productive and still be effective in finding people to teach, and we're still, just as busy as ever, which has been a really cool testimony builder to me.
I think COVID. I was about to put my mission papers in, and then COVID hit. I was just like, I don't want to really be on a mission until like I could actually talk to people and serve others. And it was just, I waited a while to wait until COVID went down a lot, and that's when that happened for me.
Heck yeah. So COVID really affected my mission just a little bit. So I was actually reassigned, wasn't originally assigned here to Texas. And so that was like a huge thing that like COVID really played in like my mission, being reassigned. And there's just like all of that unknown going into it of just like, what's my mission gonna look like? What is it that I'm gonna be doing? Am I ever gonna make it to my original assignment? There's just like so many questions, unanswered questions that COVID had brought up. But I think through it all, there's so many lessons that were learned from it. And through COVID, we were able to utilize Facebook, just as the Lord's preparing these different methods of really, progressing His work forward at this time, really making it, in a more effective way that we're able to reach more people, really be able to help others come closer to Jesus Christ through the means of technology. And then as we're being able to slowly go back out of COVID, we're able to, really utilize all these lessons that we learned from COVID and apply these into our, daily missionary lives now.
It's kind of cool. We're at the Caralsbad now. It's super windy, which it is a lot of times here. That's because it's up on a hill in West Texas. And so I'm having to keep my hat on. Say hi, Delilah.
Hi.
So, it's unfortunate that the video here can't be a scratch and sniff video, because you can't really appreciate this if you can't, you know, the experience of the fact that bats have been pooping in this cave for millions of, or probably thousands of years. And when you're first entering here, it has the distinct bat odor. Say hi to the elders down there. Wave, elders.
Wave, elders.
And so this is how it starts. It's descending down an open cave. As you descend down here, the temperature is definitely dropping. We started out, it was about 80 up at the surface, and as we go down, it's dropped down into probably close to the 60s already. And the temperature in the cave, they said, is about 56, which is nice in the summertime. We have some great big groups full of people coming up right behind us. This is the old, where the National Park Service used to close it to keep people out. Doesn't look all that old. It looks like they may have replaced it recently. Heavy iron to keep people. This is the old one.
Yeah.
Okay, we're definitely a ways into the cave at this point. They ask you not to talk very loud, and so I'm trying to talk quietly to the camera here. But we're in a big room. The temperature is definitely down in the 50s now. And this is so nice after the windy hot up on top and stuff. You know, you're down in here and it's just like, I know none of this will show up, but there's huge big rock areas, and you know, the cave's fairly well lit without being bright. It makes it feel like you're in a cave. And so walk by. Well, we made it out. We're heading over to the gift shop and restaurant. I think mainly gift shop. We're probably going to try to eat once we get back to Caralsbad. Say hi, Delilah.
Hello there.
Anyway, right now the elders are going crazy buying souvenir magnets or something. Teen boys in a gift shop. Anyway. We got through at the cave, and it was really cool. It was neat. It's such a wonderful time to, you know, get out of the hot and everything like that. Even though it's not super hot today, but it is real windy and dusty. But before we went in, I told the elders I wanted them to just, you know, soak it in and everything, and see how seeing something that beautiful that's totally natural made, what that does to their testimony. And so I'm going to pass the camera back to them so they can pass it back and forth and give us a little bit of talk here.
I think in my experience, I was really impressed by the combination of so many simple principles of physics and mathematics and chemistry that really built everything in the cave, that all combined in such a unique, random way to produce something that had so much structure and pattern to it. It was interesting to me as I thought about the concept of how crucial water is to the cave. Of everything was factored on water's ability to carry sediment and chemical compounds to produce kind of the organic structure. And how even though a lot of these organic structures would build up over thousands of years and would then fall and crash from some other accident or some other force, so much of the beauty of the cave was built upon these simple principles that had kind of like failed in their purpose, or like I feel like they kind of would have felt like that, of the sediment or stalactite had been building for thousands of years and then crashed to the floor. But then a lot of the beauty of the rest of the cave was built on these sediments now in different locations. So I was just really impressed with kind of the architect behind it, of how many simple principles combine to form such a magnificent thing that really just inspires a sense of awe that not a lot of other things can. So that's kind of my thoughts relating to science and spirits.
I think mine is pretty much like how there's so many stalagmites that are just small, but they become very big. Just kind of like the gospel, how it's just like we always have to be working on our testimony, and it grows bigger and bigger over time. Not like these stalagmites in the cave, but it's just cool that everything that God has done for us, and it's just awesome what this you see it every day and every time. I just thought of that.
Thank you. So my testimony was just like super, I don't really know where I'm going with that. Anyways, like walking through the cave and everything, being able to like see all the beauty of the inside of the cave, how the natural process works, of how the cave came to be, how it formed, how it's like continually forming, like stopped now with the process of, you know, the cave like collapsing in on itself and so forth. But I thought it was just cool how just like anything that's weak in the cave, just through, you know, like the natural state of it, it just automatically just isn't falling. You know, the weak stuff is just, you know, falls to the ground. If it's too weak to hold on to the walls or the ceiling, it just falls down. But yeah, as it like solidifies itself and it has that strength and it's going to stand strong, it's going to stand to be that beautiful thing that, as you know, we're walking through this cave, that we're able to see all these stalactites, you know, just holding to the ceiling. And it's just cool to see just how through the natural process of it all, you know, as we, you know, grow our testimonies, as we hold strong to that we're able to, you know, see this natural process of God forming us into the people that He needs us to become, into these, you know, these beautiful creations, as we allow Him to form our lives in a way that He wants to see us be formed. I thought that was something that was kind of cool from that.
Okay, I'm probably going to end recording on this video. I might add a little more, but probably not. It was a good trip. We had a real successful everything. I went out on a limb and allowed 3 people from, well, 2 from Utah, 1 from Idaho, to pick out a taco place, which I was a little dubious, but they didn't do too bad. We almost had one casualty amongst the elders because he was not prepared for tacos that were that spicy. Tell us what was wrong, Elder.
A lot of stuff went wrong. Got the wrong sauce. It was the red sauce instead of the green sauce. That was a mistake I will never make again.
I thought it was really good. I had a good time.
It was very good. Tasted delicious.
I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it.
Go ahead.
I liked it.
I'll have to say that, yeah, I thought they were kind of a little spicy too, which, you know, I'm a lightweight sometimes when it comes to some of the West Texas spice, but I'm not that lightweight, and so the asado taco was pretty spicy. I tried to tell them that, hey, you know, I always thought asado and acid started with the same letters because they're about the same effect on my mouth. Because I've had, you know, I don't know, go to that grocery store up on 8th Street and get asado anything, and it's just like, you know, it's melting holes in the styrofoam plate while you're carrying it over to the table. But yeah, it was spicy, and they were good little tacos.